Hello, I'm going to talk about the chi-square test. And what the chi-square test basically is, it is a test to see if the data that you collected was due to chance or a variable that was being tested. There is a very important formula for this test, which is each variable stands for something. This stands for sum. OI stands for observed. And E stands for expected. Okay. There are three terms that are important to know. They are null hypothesis, degrees of freedom, and critical value. Null hypothesis means no significant difference between observed and expected frequencies. Degrees of freedom is a number of possible outcomes minus 1. Critical value are values that can be compared to your answer to check if it's correct or not. These will be the critical values that we will need for the example later on. These are your critical values and your degrees of freedom. If your solution at the end, it is more than the critical values depending on your degree of freedom, you have to reject it. But if it is less than the critical value, you can accept that solution. Okay, so I will be using 100 colored-eyed babies and non-colored-eyed babies. So your expected value for the colored-eyed babies are 50, and for the non-colored-eyed babies are 50 as well. But the observed values are 44 and 56. So to solve this, you're going to have to use this equation for both sides. So your observed value for the colored eye is 44 minus your expected is 50 squared over 50, which is your expected, plus your observed is 56 minus your expected is 50 squared over your expected, which is 50. So now what you have to do is subtract 44 minus 50, which is negative 6 squared is 36 over 50, plus 46 minus 50 is 4 squared is 16 over 50, which that comes out to be 52 over 50, and then your value is 1.04. 1.04 was our overall sum for our chi-square test. So we used 2 degrees of freedom, which was our colored and our non-colored babies, which is 2 minus 1 means we'll be using this critical value. So 1.04 is less than 3.841, so that means our chi-square test was correct.